everybody, I'm SK and welcome to yet another episode of the Haunting Grounds vlog. Last week I said that I was going to open up my Darklight package this week for this week's vlog, and I really wanted to do that, but I actually have like a bit of stuff that I wanted to include in this vlog, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have that as a separate vlog, and I'll film that maybe tomorrow, or I don't know. I would have filmed it tonight, but I had to refilm this because stupid me filmed my vlog with the damn air conditioner running. So I tried watching the vlog and it's like no, nobody wants to hear that. That's annoying. I've had a few too many vlogs like that. I'm not going to do it again. So I got to refilm the vlog. So that's what I'm doing. I will open the Darklight package within the next day or two, and I will film that and I will post that as a separate vlog. For this vlog though, I wanted to share a few things. Number one, we started a garden again. This is like, since I bought the house, I've been doing a garden out in the backyard, and every year it kind of gets a little bigger and a little bigger. And one thing that I've tried since year one is pumpkins. And the first year they came out great. Well, not great. I mean, I just dumped a bunch of pumpkins in my garden, and pumpkin plants grew, and pumpkins grew on them. I think I got like two or three pumpkins. Yeah, two or three pumpkins. Not very many. But we got pumpkins. And then, the next year, our pumpkin plants got decimated by squash borers. Now, if anybody knows what squash borers are, if you don't know, it's a little, like, wasp-like insect that lands on the squash plants and then lays their eggs on the base of the plant, and then the larvae hatch and they eat into the plant, and then they eat their way up through the veins of the plant, and then the plant can't get any water and it dies. Well, for the past, I don't know, 3 years I've tried pumpkins and failed and tried and failed and tried and failed. And this year again we tried, and we actually got a few pumpkins. We did get hit with the squash vine borers, and they did a number. But let's take a walk out in the garden, and I'll show you what we've got. All right, we'll make our way out into the garden, and as you can see, my pumpkin plants don't look all that great. The squash borers did a number on them, but we have the pumpkins, which are surviving. This one's ready to be cut. This one's just about ready to be cut. I think I'm going to cut it just because I can. And let's see. We've got that one there. It'll be ready to cut pretty soon. Got a nice one over here. It'll be ready to cut pretty soon. Got a little one back here that I think I'm going to cut today. And got a big one back in there that I don't know if I'm going to cut it yet or not. I might. Just because I don't want the squash borers to get into the pumpkins and then see them go all to rot. So there's a couple other little ones here that are starting to grow. So I'm going to let the plants go and see what happens. But for now, I'm just going to cut some of these out and hope they last until Halloween. 10 more weeks. Alright, so we did okay. We've got 6 pumpkins out there now that are like orange, and mostly orange. And we've got a few more growing. And I cut this one today. Actually, I cut all 6 of the orange ones today because the squash vine borers, I don't want squash borers. I don't want them to get into the pumpkins and then start like eating out the inside of the pumpkins. So I got one here. This is probably the biggest pumpkin I have gotten to date. I've got a few smaller ones the first year, and Not much else. And we also got another decent sized pumpkin. So this was cool. We've got about 4 more small ones upstairs. You saw them in the garden. I cut all those and I let a couple of green ones that I had go, and we'll see what happens. Who knows? Maybe we'll get more pumpkins. Maybe we won't. Moving on. We have actually made progress, and this is like, it feels really good to get back into the swing of things and building and you know, building the props and setting up for Halloween and actually thinking about our Halloween setup. With we've had so much stuff going on this past 2 years, I have to say, and it's been taxing, especially on my time off and my my availability. So it feels good to be able to start working on stuff again. So I said that I wanted to start working on the pillar, and I did. I have my pillar, like almost, not really a pillar, it's more like a pedestal. Yeah, a pedestal for the skeleton. And the skeleton, who's sitting back here, will stand on top of here holding a scythe. And I have these little trim pieces here. You see these? I have some of those which will, once I cut the taper out of, or not a taper, but I don't know. Once I cut the little angle out of here, around here, these will go around there like that. And I have a larger set for the bottom, because the bottom is bigger. And initially I shared, because I actually did more of this after I filmed the vlog. When I filmed the vlog, I actually showed a little bit more of how this was made, and now I can't show you because it's all glued together and screwed together and whatnot. So I'll give a quick little rundown of what I did. The bottom of this is just a piece of plywood. I think it's like 3/4 inch plywood. I wanted something kind of heavy to give this some weight, and then some foam. And what I did was, screwed to the plywood is a round circle cut out of a couple of pieces of scrap 1x4. Where's the 1x4 stuff over here? Look at this. 1x4. 1x4. Scrap pieces left over from the Facade Entryway build. So what I did was I just drew a circle on that, cut it out, and then screwed these to the plywood. Screwed the circle to the plywood, and then screwed the pedestal, or the tube, right to that. So this is pretty solid. And then I did the same thing for the top part. Then we have the foam there, and the plan from here on is to get those little trim pieces on, and then our skeleton's going to stand up top here holding like a scythe and looking kind of menacing, and you know, Halloween stuff. And then these will be on either side of the entryway to that facade that we will eventually end up using as an entryway, I hope. So that's the progress on that. Today, the first part of the day was build day for the facade entryway, and Cody was off in the morning.
Until 4.
Well, until 4. So we actually got a fair amount of work. I think we worked from like, what,
8:30.
8 a.m., 8:30 a.m. till about 2. And I filmed that in time-lapse, so I'm going to post that too for anybody who wants to see the additional progress. Pretty much all we did is bolted the rest of the wall panels together and got that all set up, and then we started working on the roof section, and you know, just started the framing for the roof section. And then we ran out of time, and we ran out of wood glue, so I had to go to Lowe's and get more wood glue. And I did film a little bit outside. So I'm going to take you out there and show you the progress, the current progress on the facade build. Alright, so here's our progress on the facade wall. You can see that. I should probably step back just a little bit further. And you can see we've got part of the roof pieces, whatever you want to call it there, the panels there started. Just got to put a few more braces in those and then put the Luan covering on those. And the wall sections are all assembled and are ready to be covered with the foam. And we'll come around back here real quick and take a look at it from the back. There we have it. You see, got these all bolted together so that they'll come apart pretty easily. And it's pretty solid. It's pretty heavy, so hopefully the wind doesn't blow it down. But otherwise, I think we're in pretty good shape. And the only other piece that has to be made yet is the roof section, or the ceiling section here, that's going to go right across from this wall to this wall. And then we're going to put, for this year, we're just going to put a sheet across this, the inside of the entryway. We've got some fabric to put up as a screen for our projector images. So there you have it, our facade entryway progress after the second full day of building. It's actually not the full day, but Cody has to go to work, so I'm going to disassemble this now and take down the roof pieces, and I'll start working on getting those finished up, because I think I can do that by myself. Alright, so you see, we got some work done today. Not a whole lot of work, but it was a fair amount of work, and I'm glad I had the extra set of hands. It made things go a little bit smoother. And up next is we're going to finish framing out those roof pieces. Got to frame out a ceiling section for the entrance, and what else? Oh, then we got to put the Luan and stuff onto that, and the dogs are barking again. Why do the dogs always bark while I'm vlogging?
This is a really tiny spider.
Alright, anyways. I don't know why they're barking. Alright, anyways, so, you know, we're going to get all that done, and then the plan is we're going to put a sheet of, I think I mentioned this one on the outside video, but we're going to put up a sheet for our projector at the inside part of that entryway. I think that is everything for this week.
This is a really tiny spider.
Cody, anything to add?
This is a tiny spider.
Oh, there's an itsy bitsy spider.
Yeah.
Caught Cody in his web. Alright, so that's all for this week. Again, I'm going to post that dark light video soon, so you guys can see what actually comes in that package. And I'm going to post the time-lapse from today's build. Other than that, that's all we've got for you this week. So, from the Haunting Grounds, I'm SK.
I'm Cody. Have a sleep.
Thanks for watching.
Pleasant dreams.